Hi, my name is Mischa Goldman. I'm the front of house engineer and technical director for the Knoxville Jazz Orchestra. And I've been with the band since the beginning, which is about 2000. I assist for all of our productions and, of course, I've recorded all of our records. My background, of course, being an audio engineer, but also is having a degree in concert double bass. So, for engineers, we have a lot of technology and tools to choose from. I believe the microphone is one of the most important stages in the signal chain. I believe that having proper placement, of course, and selection, it will really help solve some problems down the line and probably save you some time as well. Working with the Knoxville Jazz Orchestra is an amazing experience for me, not only for me being a musician, but also an engineer. The people in the band are phenomenal local and regional musicians, but we also bringing incredible international and nationally acclaimed jazz artists. Because of that, the instrumentation and arrangement of the band is very dynamic. It's always changing from concert to concert. The band plays many idioms of the jazz genre, so this can be very, very challenging. One concert we may be playing the music of Count Basie, and we may have a guest artist like John Clayton run and play with the band. And another concert we may have Maria Schneider or Gregory Porter with the band. We may be playing the music of Carla Bley or Paquita Rivera. Because of the many idioms of jazz, the musicians and, of course, live audio aspect has to be very, very flexible to accommodate so many different changes from concert to concert. Since the band has been around for a while, I've had the honor and the luxury to try different microphones and microphone miking techniques. Choosing the right microphone is maybe like trying to find a unicorn, but in reality, what you need is a reliable Tennessee walking horse. So trying to find the ideal microphone package for the Knoxville Jazz Orchestra, I decided to, of course, look at some of the top microphone manufacturers. And of course, I did a lot of consulting of fellow engineers and to see what they had to think. The conversation always comes up. To color, not to color. Of course, the term transparent comes up a lot. In reality, originally I really thought that a transparent microphone is the way that I wanted to go. I wanted something that was going to realistically replicate the sound of the instruments on stage, of course, for the audience, and to be amplified successfully. So, of course, I went down that avenue for a while and was really leaning in that direction. So I was at a concert for the Jazz at Lincoln Center here in Knoxville. They played at the Tennessee Theater, and of course I'm friends with David Robinson, and I've seen them many times and heard them in person in New York and here in Knoxville, and always have a phenomenal mix of respect, of course the musicians, the ensemble, and of course David's work. In the last few years, he shows up at Tennessee Theater, and I noticed that there was something different about his sound. The band just sounded so warm. There was something that just I didn't hear before. So I asked David to say, what have you changed in your mixes? And what have you changed? Did you add something? You're using an outboard gear or using plugins? And what are you doing? And so of course he took me aside and says, let me show you something. So of course he showed me the ADK Zigma series microphones. So the reason why I chose and love the ADK microphones is, yes, they do successfully replicate the sound that's coming out of the instrument, but it's not just to replicate the sound, but that you would want, but also you want to enhance that sound. To be transparent is one thing, but to add color to it, to add a musicality to it, I believe is what we wanted to have. This, of course, is something that I didn't anticipate. I really originally thought we would want a transparent sound, but after hearing the ADK microphones, I was convinced that this is the avenue these are the microphones that we needed to have. So David Robinson introduced me to Larry, and I told Larry about our ensemble and send him our stage plots and our input list and tell him the kind of stuff that we do and the kind of concerts that we produce. And I was blown away how kind and open Larry was, and how much insight he had in the jazz idiom and the jazz genre, how thoughtful he was, and putting together a microphone package for us to try out. I got the microphone package, and they're here to stay in Knoxville with the Knoxville Jazz Orchestra. I really don't have to do a lot of EQing on the microphone. I just need to put them in the right spot, and musicians play, and they just basically not only recreate the sound that's coming out of the instrument, but also color it to sound very, very musical. The guest artists that play with us are pretty much blown away. They may not know the microphone, so maybe have some dubious thoughts at first, but once they step in front of the microphone and play, they're just blown away. They're amazed that how little that needs to be done to the microphone to accurately recreate their sound and, add a little warmth to it as well. One aspect I really like about the microphones is that how modular they are. I can change the configuration of the microphone based on the instrumentation for our concert that evening. How I mic the orchestra is not really a close miking technique, but more of a sectional miking. I feel like I get enough coverage with a fewer microphones that accurately represent what's coming out of the instruments and off stage. So really, there's really not a lot of mixing I have to do when I'm in front of the console. Really, the musicians, when they need to take a solo, they just stand up and play normally. So it's very much like just miking an orchestra and letting the band just play. I've been extremely happy with the choice that I've made to utilize ADK microphones for the Knoxville Jazz Orchestra. Working with Larry has been absolutely wonderful. His insights, of course, microphone technology, but also jazz itself has been great. Of course, there are many microphones out there to choose from. I would recommend trying ADK microphones, and you never know, you might find your unicorn. Thank you very much for your time. Please check out knoxjazz.org, of course, and of course ADK microphones, and keep jazz alive.